George Alfonso Headley was born on February 5, 1909, in St. Thomas Parish, Jamaica, and is regarded as one of the greatest batsmen in cricket history. Known as the Black Bradman for his exceptional batting skills, Headley was the most prominent cricketing figure from the West Indies during the first half of the 20th century. He grew up in Jamaica and attended Woolmer's Boys' School in Kingston, where he developed a deep love for cricket. His talent quickly became apparent, and he earned a place in the Jamaican domestic team, where he showcased his ability to play under pressure and became a key player in regional competitions. Headley made his debut for Jamaica at the age of 18, and his performances soon caught the eye of the West Indies selectors. He made his Test debut for the West Indies against England in 1930, but it was in the following years that he truly began to establish himself. His second Test match performance, where he scored 176, was a strong signal of his potential, and by the mid-1930s, Headley had emerged as the premier batsman for the West Indies. During his career, Headley played in 22 Test matches, scoring 2,190 runs at an astonishing average of 60.83, one of the highest Test batting averages ever. His highest score, 270 against England at Headley in 1930, was a remarkable achievement that stands as one of the finest innings of its era. Headley was known for his solid technique, and his adaptability to different conditions made him one of the most complete batsmen of his time. His consistency and ability to score runs in challenging conditions were key to his reputation. Headley's impact on West Indian cricket was profound. At a time when the West Indies were struggling to assert themselves in international cricket, his performances helped lay the foundation for the team's future success. He was an inspirational figure and played a crucial role in inspiring future generations of West Indian cricketers, even though the team did not achieve the same dominance in his era as they would in later decades. Despite his success, Headley's career coincided with the Second World War, and as a result, his opportunities to play were somewhat limited. However, his record and contribution to the sport were unmatched. His Test batting average remains one of the highest in history, and he was frequently compared to the legendary Australian batsman Sir Donald Bradman due to his impressive consistency. After retiring from international cricket, Headley continued to contribute to the sport as a coach and selector for the West Indies team. He also became involved in cricket administration and was instrumental in the development of the sport in the Caribbean. In recognition of his contributions, he was awarded the Order of Jamaica in 1971 and was named one of the 5 cricketers of the century by the West Indies Cricket Board in 2000. Headley passed away on November 30th, 1983, at the age of 74. He was given a state funeral in Jamaica, with numerous cricketing figures and fans coming to pay their respects. His legacy continues to live on, with his name associated with the golden age of West Indian cricket. Headley's contributions to the game, his influence on the development of West Indies cricket, and his exemplary batting will always be remembered, making him a true icon in the sport's history. Even after his death, George Headley's impact on the game of cricket remains profound. His remarkable achievements as a batsman, his pioneering role in West Indian cricket, and his legacy as a mentor to future generations of players continue to influence the sport. Headley's contributions are still celebrated in various cricketing circles, especially in the West Indies, where he is remembered as one of the earliest figures to elevate the region's reputation on the international stage. Headley's skill set, particularly his technique against fast bowlers and his ability to play long, patient innings, set a standard for aspiring cricketers. His influence extended beyond his playing career, as he helped shape the future of the West Indies cricket team. Many cricketers who followed him in the 1970s and 1980s, when the West Indies became a dominant force in world cricket, often cited Headley's style and contributions as a source of inspiration. Though the West Indies cricketing landscape has evolved significantly, with the team going on to achieve unparalleled success during the era of Clive Lloyd, Vivian Richards, and others, Headley's role in planting the seeds of West Indian cricket greatness remains invaluable. He served as a bridge from the early struggles of the West Indies to the team's rise to prominence as one of the world's greatest cricketing nations. To this day, George Headley is celebrated in cricketing literature and is remembered by fans around the world. Statues, memorials, and tournaments have been named in his honor, ensuring that his legacy will endure for future generations of cricket fans and players. Through his performances, Headley not only shaped West Indian cricket, but also inspired the broader cricketing world, proving that excellence transcends borders and that his legacy continues to stand tall among the very best to ever play the game, in addition to his impact on the cricket field. George Headley is often remembered for the challenges he faced during his career. Born in an era when racial barriers were prevalent in sports, Headley's success was significant not only for his cricketing ability, but also for his role in breaking down these barriers in the sport. As one of the first prominent black cricketers from the West Indies to achieve international acclaim, he paved the way for future generations of black cricketers. While much of the West Indies cricket history in his time was marked by struggle, Headley's achievements provided a beacon of hope and inspiration, proving that talent and determination could overcome social and racial obstacles. Headley's contributions to cricket were not confined to just his remarkable statistics. His influence extended beyond his playing days. He was a vital figure in mentoring younger players, especially during his later years as a selector and coach. Headley's influence is visible in the number of West Indian cricketers who followed in his footsteps, becoming stars in their own right. He helped to establish a tradition of excellence in West Indies cricket, and his guidance was instrumental in shaping the careers of cricketers who would go on to dominate world cricket in the 1970s and 1980s. The West Indies cricket team, which Headley helped lay the foundation for, would go on to achieve unparalleled success in the years after his retirement. While Headley never lived to see the West Indies rise to the top of world cricket during the 1970s, his legacy was crucial in that journey. Players like Clive Lloyd, Sir Vivian Richards, and others from the next generation often spoke of Headley as an inspirational figure who set the standard for West Indian batsmanship. Even though the West Indies experienced a golden era of cricket after Headley's time, his shadow loomed large over the team's success, as his influence on West Indian cricket remained strong. In recognition of his contributions, the West Indies Cricket Board posthumously honored Headley by naming him one of the 5 cricketers of the century in 2000, alongside other legends of the game. His role as a pioneer, both as a cricketer and as a symbol of excellence, continues to be celebrated by the cricketing community today.
Headley's legacy also extends to his personal qualities, which were as admired as his cricketing skills. Known for his humility and sportsmanship, Headley earned the respect of his peers and opponents alike. He was not only a great batsman but also a gentleman of the game, embodying the values that cricket holds dear. His contributions to the sport and his integrity on and off the field make him a role model for cricketers and sportspeople everywhere. The cricketing world has ensured that George Headley's name is never forgotten. His legacy continues to be honored through various awards, tributes, and memorials, and his story remains an important part of West Indies cricket history. Future generations of cricketers will continue to look up to Headley's records and achievements, ensuring that his contributions to the game remain as relevant today as they were during his career. The impact of George Headley extends beyond the cricket field, influencing not just the West Indies, but the global cricketing community. His remarkable consistency, elegance at the crease, and ability to perform in difficult conditions laid the foundation for future West Indian cricketing greatness. Even as the West Indies went on to dominate the world of cricket, particularly in the 1970s and 1980s, Headley's legacy remained a guiding light for the next generation of cricketers. One of the most enduring aspects of Headley's career is his role in the development of the West Indies as a cricketing power. He became a symbol of West Indian pride and determination, helping to elevate the stature of the region in world cricket, a task that was particularly difficult during an era when the West Indies were not as competitive on the global stage. Headley's remarkable batting performances, especially against the top teams of the time, such as England and Australia, were vital in shaping the future of West Indies cricket. His excellence on the field encouraged future players to strive for greatness, and his success showed that it was possible for players from the West Indies to shine on the world stage. In terms of his influence on West Indies cricket culture, Headley's legacy was particularly important in the 1950s and beyond. His career set a standard for excellence, and cricketers like Sir Frank Worrell, Garfield Sobers, and others who emerged later in the West Indies cricket revolution drew inspiration from Headley's performances. They looked up to Headley not just as a cricketer, but as a trailblazer for West Indian talent in the game. His record-breaking achievements, particularly his batting average and his ability to handle pressure, became benchmarks for aspiring players. While Headley's playing days were over before the West Indies truly became a dominant force in world cricket, his influence was felt strongly during the rise of the West Indies in the 1970s and 1980s. Many of the key figures from the golden era of West Indies cricket, such as Clive Lloyd and Vivian Richards, were well aware of Headley's impact. They often spoke of how his performances laid the groundwork for the team's later successes, even if his era was different in terms of the team's overall competitiveness. In this way, Headley's role was pivotal in ensuring that West Indies cricket flourished in subsequent decades. His legacy as one of the most consistent and technically gifted batsmen in the history of cricket is celebrated to this day. Headley's career is often held up as a model for young cricketers, showing them the value of discipline, technique, and resilience. Today, his achievements continue to be studied by cricket historians and analysts, and his name remains synonymous with cricketing excellence in the West Indies. In 2009, a centenary tribute was held to celebrate Headley's life and career, underlining the profound impact he had not just on West Indies cricket, but on world cricket. It was an event that allowed both old and new generations to reflect on his legacy and the path he carved for cricketers to come. Furthermore, various tributes and memorials continue to honor Headley in Jamaica and across the cricketing world. His name is etched into the annals of cricket history, and his role in the sport is celebrated through the ongoing recognition of his achievements. In conclusion, George Headley's place in cricket history is secure, not just as a player, but as a symbol of excellence, perseverance, and leadership. His contributions to West Indies cricket and the global game are immeasurable, and his legacy continues to inspire cricketers to this day. Through his dedication to the game and his extraordinary talent, Headley proved that greatness transcends time, making him a true legend of the sport.